DocMas residents, and welcome to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Is it? Let's flip. No, it's
I was like, we're not doing that again. I can't lose more quarters.
Can't you?
These are my tips, okay?
Well, I got a tip for you.
Does he?
No, I don't. Hello.
That's right. This year, like each year prior, we are recording 12 episodes in one single day to be released the 12 days leading up to Christmas. It is DocMas, baby, and we are drinking coffee.
Yeah, and it's going fine.
Yeah,
I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Let's see where my heart rate's at right now. I think I think it's gone down, but let's see. My last one was 77.
Oh, it says ludicrous speed.
Like the rapper?
No, like fucking Spaceballs.
71. We're all right. Yeah. We're good, baby. Don't you worry about that.
Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we are 7 coffees in. Why don't we talk about
no, we're 6. This is number 7.
Sorry, yes. This is number 6.
You sound like
we
such
didn't
a
drink the last
fucking
one.
idiot.
Oh, fuck. You're a fucking idiot.
Oh, fuck.
All right. This coffee is from Nicaragua.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Sometimes I just want to say nice, but it's totally ruined. It can only be said as like nice.
Oh yeah, it can't be for anything.
Is that a problem?
The pileup of coffee?
But the coffee's like tipped over by all the wires.
Oh, is anything coming out?
I don't know. I can't see it from here.
I'm sure it's fine.
All right, I trust you. You're the producer.
That's right. Don't you fucking forget it.
I mean, for now.
Hell yeah. You got somebody lined up?
Come on, man. I like doing this with you.
Yeah, we've got one thing we do. Ghost Phasers. So this one's from Nicaragua.
It's not the same.
This is probably like a middle... It's mid, this coffee.
Oh, God, you're cool.
Hell yeah.
And young.
Hell yeah. That was the thing I screamed yesterday. I was like, oh no, I'm cool and young. When my 15-year-old employee started calling me out for being old.
So she said you're old and you yelled, I'm cool and young?
Yes.
Nice.
Like cool and young people do.
Yeah, that's how you know they're cool and young.
Fucking ice in my veins, baby. So the region is from Nueva Segovia. Whoa, it sounds like a DC country.
Oh, well, isn't Sokovia the Marvel?
It's Segovia, but yes, it's the same thing.
Oh, sorry, it's from Marble Comics.
Yeah.
Segovia.
Yeah, it's the pickup sticks
universe. The unlicensed MCU.
Marble. So this one, the tasting notes are brown sugar, cocoa, and chocolate.
Okay.
So not a very complex coffee. The Nueva Segovia region is located in the north of Nicaragua. It's a mountainous terrain, beautiful waterfalls, densely forested area, hot springs, and verdant coffee plantations offer perfect growing conditions.
I'm waiting for one of these to be like, this is harvested on Isla Nublar.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They do brew in cups.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. What a sweaty fucking joke. Good luck.
Come on.
No, hang on. Clever cup.
Never mind. You're right. That was cool as fuck.
Nailed it. Yeah. Hey. Coffee finds a way.
Hell yeah.
Your baristas were so concerned with whether or not they could. They never stopped to consider whether or not they should do fun latte art.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah, that's a good,
Yeah. We're good at this. I'm glad that we're the funniest podcast.
Do you remember the bit that we had, I think on Ghost Phasers, but it was Italian Jurassic Park. Parco Jurassico. And the bit was just doing Jurassic Park with that accent.
Yeah. You just really loved, you literally walked around your house doing, a scientist says I never thought of it.
Yeah. They were so concerned of whether or not they could.
Yeah, it's because you love doing a cool thing.
Yeah. They'll never consider whether or not they should.
Yeah, you
I just loved hitting that word. Yeah.
You literally told me you walked around your house doing that.
So much.
Yeah.
My wife's a very lucky lady.
Or patient, whatever.
Oh, I mean, too much so. One could argue, yeah.
All right, let's get into this episode and answer some of these goddamn
did you want to like have a sip of
Oh,
coffee
yeah.
and like see if you can taste what it says you can taste?
That tastes like shit. I don't like this one. Hell yeah. Your hands?
Is it shaking or am I shaking?
I'm shaking.
Or is the world shaking between us?
I'm absolutely shaking.
You are. Am I?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you're like vibrating slightly. Yeah, oh yeah, you're a little.
This is like Legolas and Gimli having a drinking contest. You're like, I think it's affecting me, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, yes. Or Cass and anyone.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to feel it. Dean.
Ooh. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
I'm ready.
First question comes from Twitter.
That's Twitter.
But hide your veggies because these are John Spees.
And you, better watch out.
Cool. John Spees asks, what would your master plan for a DCU be?
Oh, meaning just in general?
That's all it says.
We have to put a minimum 5 to 6 year moratorium on like cosmic events.
Sure.
You know, like we even Dark Crisis is like death metal set up the omniverse. Infinite Earths technically are out there.
Yeah.
But now this one is like, well, there's not a local multiverse. It's not a multiverse of multiverses. It's an infinite multiverse or whatever. Like that's just an iteration of a thing we already have. We got to just moratorium on that. That you make events, that's fine. Events are part of the fabric of the industry and stuff like that. But they got to be like about struggles between teams or planets going to war or something like that. We need to just like what is the universe? How does the universe work? Keep that for a while. I might even go so hard as to say 10-year moratorium on cosmic like changes to the structure. So even if you do an event that maybe reaches the sphere of the gods or the monitors or something, it can't change the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least not change how the thing works.
That's a good call. I don't disagree with that.
That would be like a big thing for me. I mean, just because it's tiring to have everyone go like, I know they said this would change things forever, but this changes things forever.
Yes.
Kind of feels like everyone is like, my dick is bigger.
Everyone's dick is bigger than no one's.
I don't think that's the spirit that people are going, like the creators are going in with. But as a reader, even as someone who like me, who is like infinitely forgiving of that and loves people, futzing with that shit. Even I kind of go like, can we just agree? Like if we gave one person the thing, let's at least give it time to breathe to see if it works. Like we're not even like letting it go like, oh fuck, no, this doesn't work. We actually do have to fix it. We're not even giving it time for that. And so I think that'd be a big mandate for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, my mandate would be maybe like financially ruinous slightly, but I'd be like a bunch of random people get their own book.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I gotta pull away my like capitalistic, like money grubbing brain because I can't because I've talked to death about what I think would make the company more successful.
I do think if I had to strike the compromise, I would build on some of the stuff that is slightly building in some different books. A, I like having backup stories. B, I like that, Mr. Terrific is in the Flash book. Does he show up as much as I'd like? No. But like if we can't, quote, justify everyone getting their own book, let's find ways of incorporating people into arcs and stories. So like for, this 6 issues of Green Lantern, he's teamed up with whatever, Blue Devil, and then, I kind of like find ways to draw more characters. I actually think Wonder Woman was good for that, having Deadman in there for an arc. That was like really fun. I like that. I'd be interested in more of that kind of stuff. Maybe as that would be kind of a mandate of mine is if we can't have the variety in the line. We need to show the universe in more books.
Yeah.
We need to show the breadth of the community of superheroes and supervillains in more books. It might mean that heroes have to fight different people's villains a bit.
Yeah.
We don't have a Hawkman book right now. Why can't Shadow Thief fight the Flash?
Yeah.
Like some of that kind of stuff, just to make it feel a little richer.
Yeah.
I think that'd be my big mandates. No more tinkering with the cosmic foundations and that.
Okay, I've got a bonkers idea.
Sure, hit me.
Because fuck it, right?
Sure.
So I have a concept called the Newer 52.
Oh God, this is already. I am out.
No. It's not anything to do with the New 52. It's just a funny name.
Sure.
It'll piss people off, which is funny.
Sure. Okay.
The idea is basically it's a thing that the AV Club used to do.
Okay.
With covers that they used to have, which is like they basically come up with a list of covers.
Okay.
And bands basically got to choose the cover that they wanted to do and select the date that they're going to do it. As long as they could do it within that time frame, then they got to select that song. And it basically the later in that you came to try to like do your pitch, the less options you have to choose from.
Right. And it was like one a week. It was 52 kind of.
Yeah. So 52 weeks basically, and the idea is basically, but a slight difference from what the AV Club did, which is like best pitch wins the character, and they basically have like a huge list of characters, 52 characters, and you basically get to just choose from that list, and so the best pitch and the one who can do it the soonest gets to basically select that character,
right?
And so every week you get a single story from whatever character that artist and writer get to choose from,
right?
And so basically every single week you just get an original sort of concept for that character.
And here's what I like about it is that they all get done.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest complaint about that like round robin thing that DC's done for a couple of years is like, the most popular one, like a bat thing or whatever, will like win, and then none of them get, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's like, no, they all get done.
They all get done.
And the best pitch gets that character. And so like they're all going to be good. They're all going to be interesting. They don't have to connect to each other. They can just be their own fucking thing.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be my pitch for DC.
I like that. Take some logistical planning to like time it out.
Totally. 100%.
But yes, I enjoy that. I think that's fun.
All right. Next.
Plus, I like one and done stories.
Well, exactly.
So it would be like its own book.
Yeah, exactly.
Call it the Newer 52 or whatever. But it'd be like Newer 52, issue number 3 is a story about, Phantom Stranger. Or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fun.
It's like whatever fucking continuity wants to be and just let it be an interesting story.
I like that. That's fun. Yeah.
That's my fucking pitch.
That's a good pitch.
I'd buy it. All right. Next is from the Lantern Cast.
All right.
Who asks, who is Equinox? Whatever happened to him? What could have been?
So there have been a few characters named Equinox. There's one in is it Batman Brave of the Bold, who's kind of got a slight like Libra aesthetic. There's the one from Jeff Lemire's Justice League Canada that's a First Nations girl whose powers are tied to the seasons. So when it's wintertime, she has like wintry powers.
I love that.
That was pretty cool. We haven't seen much of her since that era. But there was a character called Equinox who, this is in the weird era, where Power Girl, I think, is like, because it's post-crisis, so there's not multiple Earths. But remember that Power Girl was previously the Supergirl of Earth 2. But she just exists on New Earth, and there is no Earth 2.
Sure.
So then there was a sort of retcon that she was like had like Atlantean lineage, and there was some stuff about sorcery and shit like that. It was all very like they were dancing around ways to be like, there's no Earth 2. At one point, she gets pregnant.
Nice.
Via some kind of sorcery.
Not nice.
And her kid is like both Kryptonian.
Nice.
Her powers, but also like Shadow Beast. I can't remember the name of the father. Some sort of demon kind of being.
Not nice.
And so this character Equinox got like artificially aged up, was born and then like was an adult kind of thing.
Nice.
But sort of had like the Equinox thing is that had some like sunlight related powers and some dark powers.
Nice.
But truly, I don't think they made more than like a dozen appearances.
Not nice.
Jesus. Like I think I'd be surprised to learn that they showed up more than that many times. So there's not really like a ton to say about them as far as I know. I don't think they got the full complement of like Power Girl's powers.
Yeah. But
they got some, and they had some powers she didn't have. I don't know that that's really like a missed opportunity, because I think that era for Power Girl is like a real, it's pretty wishy-washy, you know? I know there's people that really dig it, but I think it's a very messy time continuity-wise. I think, to me, that's like as messy as Hawkman gets, also kind of in that era.
Yeah.
There's maybe, you know, issue to issue, some interesting story, but it's kind of like those things are all a tough swallow. I don't know that there's like really a what could have been for that Equinox. I would rather have the newer Equinox, the Lemire one, a First Nations character with cool seasonal powers. I'd rather have that one if I'm getting an Equinox back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fully agree, and I think like more Indigenous characters have like such a rich thing, like history to pull from. You can do so much. I mean, there's definitely like some. You would want an Indigenous person writing them, because I think you can get like you start pulling from different cultures and stuff like that can get kind of fucked up. But yeah, I think there's so much rich history and like interesting culture stuff that you can pull into there. I think having an Indigenous writer would make it fucking rad.
Nice.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
We're leaving Twitter and heading on over to Reddit,
where everyone's nice, no one's ever mean.
First question comes from Cassandra Kane Batgirl, who asks, currently, who are the best fighters in DC? So let's talk current continuity, who are showing up since basically the last crisis.
Current best fighters. I mean, Lady Shiva's always got to be on the list. Cassandra Kane always has to be on the list.
Both of them have been showing up lately.
Yeah, Shiva's shown up
here and there. Yeah,
here and there. Cassandra Kane is in Batgirls, that series. Batman, obviously. I'd say Canary, although her appearances are spotty because she's quote unquote been dead for a few issues. Best fighters. Yeah, I mean, I guess Deathstroke. You know, basically my answer is it hasn't really changed that much. There hasn't been like, oh, sorry, hang on. There, let's throw Connor Hawke in there, because that was a whole thing with the Lazarus Island, the tournament that Damian was in.
That's right.
With Flatline and shit like that. There are some good fighters in there. Connor Hawke's pretty solid. Let's add Connor Hawke to the list, not necessarily as like an outrageously great fighter, but kind of a relatively new entrant into like the upper echelon of fighter.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a promotion for Connor Hawke. So just for for interest's sake of varying up the answers, Connor Hawke gets a little promotion into like some of the best fighters, I would say.
All right, let's leave Reddit and head on over to the Doc Scored.
How can the Doc Scored? The Doc Scored.
First question comes from Mullet Overlord.
Thank you for treating that with the reverence it deserves.
By replacing all the really important words with Doc Scored.
I mean,
Mullet Overlord asks, how was Max Lord alive again for the lead into Infinite Crisis when he had died not long after 0 Hour?
A few things had happened to Max Lord in the 90s. One of which was he got possessed by Kilgore, the like sentient virus, and he was sort of turned into like a robot. I think he had Lord Havoc's body. Like he became Lord Havoc kind of in a way.
Okay.
But then Kilgore was removed from him and then he died, I think. Or he used his powers so much he died or something like that. And then he just kind of shows up again later. I might have that slightly out of order. It might be like Flesh, Max Lord kind of died, but Kilgore had his consciousness and came back as a robot kind of thing. You know, like comic books, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the short answer is basically like, don't look over there.
Of course.
Kind of just like reset him, that he wasn't like a robot and stuff, and then he's just there as Max Lord. There was a few retconny things about Infinite Crisis, and that's kind of one, and that one isn't like a retcon caused by the punch, the retcon punch or anything like that. That one's sort of just like a don't ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, sweep it under the rug.
I'm pretty sure there's not much more to it than that.
They just were like, maybe no one will notice.
You know, the reveals that you see, it's Max Lord, and you go, but they don't go like, how did you get, like, he's just like, well, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what
that
I
was
mean?
in another story you didn't read.
I mean, someone might correct me that but as far as I remember, it's sort of just a like, no, let's imagine that we thought we saw him die, but he didn't really die. Maybe of Max's consciousness did the other thing. It's not erasing that from having happened, but it's sort of like, we're just going to blow past it. Here's Max Lord, the way you remember him from before, and he's been working in the shadows since, or something like that. You know, it was kind of just a blow past it sort of thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when you catch up in Countdown to Infinite Crisis, when Ted realizes that it's him behind this whole thing and he kills Ted and all that stuff, we're sort of like blowing past the weird like robot Lord Havoc thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last question.
Well, there you go.
If you want to ask us more questions for future episodes, or you would like to just talk about DC stuff with us, you can do so through our various social media platforms.
Yeah, we're either Dr. DC or Dr. DC Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Hive, Reddit, etc.
That's right. Also, you can give us a call at 208-917-DCEU. Also, we've got a website. You want to give us 5-star reviews on iTunes or one of those other places, we will read that on a future episode. Also, we got a Patreon you can subscribe to.
That's right. It's patreon.com/DrDC.
That's right. And Ghost Facers is another podcast we have.
Yeah, go check it out.
Do it. I think energy is like starting to fall for me a bit.
Yeah, but I feel crazy.
I feel crazy, but my like energy is going.
My body's giving up.
My body.
They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.